Hello, this is Ruesink, Activities Director at Sioux Valley Schools. I'd like to welcome you to another year of Sioux Valley Athletics, and in particular our fall athletics. This video is a welcome video, but also an informational video of some of the different things that you need to know as a parent or a student athlete, and also maybe some of the new things or revised things that have come to light and are new this year. First, I'd like to announce our fall staff for football. Head coach Dan Hughes, assistant coach Jordan Fass and Jake Schneider. Middle school coaches are Matt Cadwell and John Rasmussen. For volleyball, Jill Vincent, head coach. Assistant coaches are Maddie Carlson and Tatum Sonnenberg. Cross country head coach Bill Vincent, assisted by Don Sutera. Competitive cheer Casey King, and her assistant is Jordan Lucas. For boys golf, Sherry Holderby is our head coach. Few things in addition to the staff. Reminder that physicals are annual. We started that a number of years ago. So if you have not completed your physical, you need to make sure that you do that. And please email that to svphysicals@gmail.com. Also, concussion testing. We held a round of that a couple of weeks ago. And there's some makeup tests that are being conducted here in a day or so, and make sure that gets completed. Our trainer with Orthopedic Institute is Jody Forstenberg. She does an outstanding job and does a great job of putting your son or daughter first and making sure that they are safe and healthy, as do all our other coaches as well. When you are completed with this video, there's an online Google form that I would ask that you complete. Also, in addition to that, there are some athletic participation forms. Within those forms, you'll read the consent for medical treatment, risk acknowledgement, concussion facts for students and parents, and then our training rules as well. So I ask that you please read all those, go over those with your son or daughter, and then complete the Google form. That form will go through important information, obviously your name, any allergies that you might have, gives us the ability to treat for medical conditions that might come throughout the year. And then it also has an electronic signature on it, so we know that you did read the forms that we have on there. The on our website as well, and right in that same area, you'll see some updated information and also some newer information. This summer we had a committee, the Onward Committee was the name of it, and throughout that committee's work, we developed a mission statement. It's called the Cossack Way, and I'll cover that in a little bit. We also revised our athletic handbooks and coach's handbook, and all of those will be located on the website as well for you to look at and view. And if you have any questions over any of those things, feel free to reach out and ask me a question or contact me. First off, with the Cossack Way. The Cossack Way basically is our mission statement, and I'm going to read it here, and you'll see a few of these banners that we've purchased that will be arriving and be hung up throughout the school. We place great value on the role of co-curricular activities in developing successful, well-rounded students. Students, coaches, staff, alumni, and parents associated with Cossack activities will strive to elevate our core values to develop students to their fullest potential through co-curricular activities. And then those core values are gratitude, high expectations, commitment, continuous improvement, and community. Beneath the core values on the Cossack Way banners is something new and something that I think is a great addition. It is Ivan's Triad, and you'll see this throughout some of the paperwork and also some of the signage and banners that we have hanging up. But Ivan's Triad is the triangle of student, coach, parent, and having that good positive relationship and the ability and the comfort to be able to talk to each other, whether it's basic questions or if there's a difficult situation that comes up. But Ivan's Triad is something that we all need to make sure that we take pride in and be comfortable talking to one another and ask questions. And if you do have a concern or if there's a conflict resolution, which I'll go over in a little bit here, if there's conflict resolution, that there is that openness and ability to talk amongst each other and making the Ivan's Triad the most effective and positive thing that it can be. At the bottom of the Cossack Way banner is our definition of success, and I'll read that right now, and that is by John Wooden. Success is a peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction and knowing you did your best to become the best you are capable of becoming. So that kind of goes over the addition of our mission statement. As I mentioned, the revised athletic handbook and coach's handbook is on there. In particular, a couple things that have been brought back and just have not used them in years, recent years, but have used them in years past. There's a trifold informational sheet for parents and athlete coach relations. So there's one for parent coach relations and one for athlete coach relations. Lots of good information on there, and making sure that everybody in that Ivan's Triad is doing the best that they can, and the communication with the coaches, what to expect, the appropriate things to discuss with coaches, things that are not appropriate to discuss with coaches, and then if you have a concern with the coach or something comes up where there's a conflict and you need conflict resolution, we need to use that process. So overall, we want all of our activities to be positive and the student athletes and parents community to have a positive relationship and a positive outcome. Win or lose, obviously, we want to succeed and do the best we can, but having a positive outcome is very high on the priority list. Also, within our athletic handbook, it's a good reminder. Grade checks, our academic eligibility policy is on there, and we do check the students' grades every 2 weeks when the school year gets started. So that's laid out in there, and most of the students are aware of how that works. But academics are our first priority, and we want to make sure that students succeed in the classroom. They pass their classes, do the best that they can there, and then if they're doing that, which obviously we want, then second comes their participation in our activities, whether it's athletics or fine arts. Also on the website will be our training rules or our code of conduct. That is on there, and those are year-round. Just a friendly reminder that those situations are there to protect that those training rules are there to protect the integrity of our programs and put those first. So sometimes those are difficult situations to handle, but in handling those are the types of philosophy and thinking that I go with is protecting our programs and the integrity of those. Sioux Valley Booster Club. I encourage you to become a Booster Club member. There is signage throughout the school here, and Booster Club members, you can ask myself how to sign up and then get involved, whether it's a monetary amount or your active involvement. Either one or both are very integral to our Booster Club. They do a lot of great things for our programs and are a good supplement to make sure that our student athletes and our programs have a positive experience. Our Sioux Valley app, I encourage you to go in the App Store and find that. The Twitter and Facebook, all things that you can follow us for. Twitter, our handle is at Cossack Corner, and then Sioux Valley School District is our Facebook page. The live feed on our website is also a good place to find different information that comes out. Schedules, all the varsity schedules are out. I just have a few minor things to finish up on our lower level schedules as far as middle school, but you'll see some of those things on the website as well. One thing that I want to address before I move on to kind of the end of the video here is sportsmanship and officials and refereeing and those types of things. First off, if you have any interest in helping or volunteering, whether it's line judging or working at the table to help an event be successful, or officiating, anything from grade school, middle school on up, I can easily point you in the right direction, help you get started. But if you choose not to be in those, please understand that we expect good sportsmanship, positive learning experience, and educational based athletics. The arena that takes place in, you as a fan, as a parent, as a student athlete, as a coach, you play an integral part in making sure that you're positive. Not every call is going to be a great call in your mind or the right call. Mistakes are made by officials, and just ask that you're positive and know that those people are taking time out of their schedules and time away from their family to work our games. And without officials, without referees, there are no contests. And there is a shortage in certain areas of the state and certain sports. So anything that you can do to help, I would appreciate your help to be positive. The conflict resolution process is at the back of our handbook. That's something new this year, but highly encourage you. And this is really a life skill, but if you do have something where you have a concern or a question, or you don't see eye to eye with a decision that was made, the appropriate thing to do is go to that person and visit with them and talk with them when it's an appropriate time. And that starts off with the student and the coach, the student athlete and the coach. So if a student athlete has a question, or even just very basic questions and communication going on between the student athlete and the coach is very vital to their relationship one-on-one and the relationship throughout the program. So I'll be stressing that with our coaching staff as well. But in the conflict resolution process, even if it's something very minor, I would appreciate that it gets addressed and talked about with the person one-on-one. And if that doesn't happen, sometimes it builds and sometimes becomes more complex, and then it can be a difficult situation moving forward. So if those basic conversations don't work, obviously a meeting might need to be set up with the coach. Those steps are laid out there as well. And then we could go further from there if there's still not a resolution that is made between the parties involved. So I do ask that you please take pride in that. I think going back to Ivan's triad, the conflict resolution process plays a big part, and I would appreciate that you go to that person that you might have a conflict with and have a discussion, a cordial talk. You still might not agree at the end of the conversation, but it's the best place to start. It's not appropriate to go and jump the chain of command and go to an administrator right away, or to other parents, or to sit up in the bleachers and verbally uh, be negative, those types of things. So we want to build each other up, and not only cheer for your own son or daughter, but cheer for everybody else and cheer for the program. Again, win or lose, if things go well, or if they um, are bumps in the road throughout the season. So I'd appreciate everybody if you would take pride in that conflict resolution process. It's a very, very important part of our programs being successful, and having a positive outcome for our child that might be playing, or in any program for that matter. So that is pretty much all that I have. If you have any questions, my email is mo.ruesink, moe.ruesink at k12.sd.us. You can always email me or stop by my office, or set up a time to meet. I am pretty easy to talk to, and will listen and do the best I can to help you answer your question, or to help you with the situation. But in closing, I'd like to welcome everybody once again, and happy to have another season starting for our fall athletics here at Sioux Valley Schools. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the field or in the gym, or see you wherever. So appreciate your time. Thank you, and go Cossacks.